morning, y'all. So today is currently Friday before the Christmas Showcase Market, and we are going to be going to set up. We get to get in the whole day early to set up and get our booth ready. So we're going to be loading up, packing up, and getting ready to go do that. And then I will show you guys how things are coming along over there. All right, so we are completely loaded up in the car. We have, my car is full, and then my husband actually took my mother-in-law's car, which is another large vehicle, and that one is completely full as well. So we are fully loaded up. My husband did have to go pick up one table from a friend, and then we are meeting at the expo hall. So I'm gonna head there now and then get checked in and start setting up. All right, we're heading in. So I have to go and check in. I want to check in and get my parking passes and the vendor passes and all of that stuff, and then go and find my spot. It's the same one as last year, but I just want to make sure that they haven't changed anything, which it doesn't look like they have, but just to be sure before I haul all of my stuff in here. So we're gonna go find the check-in desk and then our spot. Alright, y'all, we've got the passes and parking permits and what have you. Now we're gonna go find our spot. So spot number is 1004. I'm pretty sure. Should be right over here. Yep. 1004. Here we go.
I talk about you to everybody that I know. Now they all love you, 'cause you are the one who lit a fire. The way I walk, the way I talk, you lift me high. How did you flip my entire life? Everything's now upside down. I was alone in this town. Thought that I had it all planned, but I finally understand. Surrender. Falling on my knees, you pick me up so tender. I surrender. The great pretender. Before I met you, who was I?
so we are all set up, and there is some last minute things that we need to do. I need to make a few tags and a few signs for some stuff, but nothing crazy. There's a fly in the car, and that's gonna bother me. All right, hold on. Okay, fly gone. Anyways, yeah, so there's still a few things to do, but we will go home and finish those up. I wasn't able to record the booth and like what it looked like when we were done because my phone died. So I'm in my car now, obviously, and I have it on the charger. So I will show you guys the booth tomorrow, but we're gonna go home and actually we're gonna go eat because we are starving, and then we're gonna go home and start working on some of those things that we need to do for tomorrow. So last minute stuff, here we go. Hey y'all, so just quick check-in. I am walking to the bathroom. We're about to open for the showcase, but I have to go to the bathroom first. So I'm walking really quickly to do that. We are finishing up the booth, and then once we're done, kind of settled, I will show you guys what it looks like. All right, y'all. The craft show has officially started, and we are going to give you guys a little tour. So I have my new checkout stand here with my sign that I showed you guys in a previous video. I have this here, which is like my big display. I have stocking tags, a Santa tray, and this here I'm gonna try. So this links you to my link tree, which will take you to all my social medias and things like that. And this one, they can scan and sign up for my email list and then get 10% off. So we're gonna try and see how that goes. Then I have my A-frame with more cups. I have my apparel here with some tote bags. I added a mirror so that way people could see. Got a sample on a mannequin there. More cups. These ones are mishap Santa trays. I'm not going to say what it is. I want you to comment down below if you can figure out what the mishap is and what I did wrong. Then we've got little bracelets, scrunchies, and the rest of my items are here. So yeah, this is the overall booth setup. Oh yeah, and I have mannequins hanging up there as well. So I really like it. I am super excited, and we're gonna see how the day goes. I'll check in with you guys later. Alright y'all, so hopefully you can hear me. It is pretty loud, and there's music playing on somebody's playing a saxophone. But real quick update, we are about an hour and a half in, and we have made one sale so far. Lots of people are loving the bling cups and a lot of the quotes that we have. So yeah, super excited. Alright y'all, so we are coming to check in. It has been a hot minute since I have come on here. It is currently 2:09. So we have a few hours left, but we have a total of 10 sales so far. So going super duper great. And yeah, everybody's loving the bling cups and all the sparkly stuff. So check in with you guys later. Hey y'all, so we are checking in. It is now 3:10, so it's been about an hour since the last check-in. We have had a lot more foot traffic through the booth and a few more sales. So super duper exciting. I think we are almost at our booth fee, which is really, really great. So then it's just going to be positive from there. I am finding that I'm experiencing a lot of imposter syndrome, and I'm not sure if that's due to being out for so long and then kind of coming back into things and just being nervous. I don't know, but I want to talk more about that later. So yeah, it's fun. But otherwise, like, actually we're doing really good. So I will chat with you guys a little bit later. All right, so my husband is manning the booth. He's holding the fort down over there so I can go walk around and show you guys the other vendors. So this is a rather large market. There's 3 giant halls basically that are filled with vendors. And actually when you walk in, I didn't show you guys this because I forgot to go down that way, but when you walk in, there's like a winter wonderland Christmas tree setup. It's really pretty, and they have a really nice Santa photo op area that leads you into this first room. So yeah, this is where you first enter in and start your shopping. That Dirty Dough, that teal color booth that we just passed, oh my gosh, so good. Definitely will show you guys later on what we got from them because we bought a lot. Now we are in the second room, walking through, and this is the biggest room for sure. This is the room that I'm in. I'm in this second area, and it is just massive. Like, there's tons and tons of vendors. I don't even know how many, but there's lots. And they just keep on going. I definitely made a lot of pit stops as we were walking around because there's just a lot of cute stuff. I saw a lot of things for the babies, all the cute little outfits, the bows and the little bell-bottom pants, and they're just so adorable. So yeah, we're still in the second room. I think this is technically like the main room where all the majority of the shopping happens. But like I said, there's still vendors in that first room, and then there's still vendors in the third room, which we'll get to, but there's mostly food and eating in that third room. More vendors. I think we are we are pretty close to the booth. We're pretty close to my booth now. But yeah, just lots of cute stuff. Lots of cute things. Lots of unique things. So pretty much can find something for almost anybody. Okay, I think we are getting towards the end of the second room. Like I said, I told you guys it was massive, this room, and it is. Oh yeah, we are getting to the end. You can see the next room right over there. Okay, we are now in the third room, and this has some vendors, but there is mostly food back here. So there's lots of food truck vendors back here. There was, I think I saw Mexican, Hawaiian, and Asian of some sort maybe. I don't remember what else. Okay, so funny. This lady here in the green that has the green clip in her hair, she actually bought that clip from me like maybe 5 or 10 minutes prior to this. I didn't recognize her as I was walking around, and then I just happened to notice the clip, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And I realized who it was, and funny enough, she was wearing a different clip when she bought that one from me. So she bought it and then apparently changed it out and put the flower one in. So I thought that was cute. All right, y'all. It is slowed down quite a bit. We are just about 5 o'clock, so we have about an hour left for today, and it is pretty slow. I just walked around the whole place. So there's 3 areas, there's 3 rooms, I guess, that have vendors. One area is mostly food, but there's still other vendors in there. So I walked around, and there's not as many shoppers as there was earlier. Earlier we literally happened to like dodge people as we were walking down the aisles. But I just wanted to come on and give you guys an update on things and just chat with you a little bit about how the day has been going. I mentioned earlier that I was feeling some imposter syndrome. Man, it's hard. So I think it's a combination of things. I don't know. I really don't know. I came in with certain expectations, I think, based on last year. And they're not quite matching those expectations, although we are having a really good show still. I don't know. And then I've been getting a lot, specifically with my blink up, so I'm getting a lot of compliments on all of my things, my booth setup, my different display items. We have the checkout stand now, and hello. Okay, so this is that Dirty Dough place I was telling you guys about. And these are the ones we got. We have the reverse Reese's and Oreo in this box. And oh my gosh, these are so stinking good. These are not the only ones that we got from them. It was just so good. So, and then we have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, a brookie, and I think there was a chocolate chip, just a regular chocolate chip. But, oh my gosh, so good. Good morning, y'all. We are back for day 2 of the Christmas showcase. We didn't get to really chat with you guys much last night. I was so exhausted. I was literally tired to the bone. Like, my bones hurt. So I just went to bed really early. And then got up this morning, and we actually slept in a little later than we wanted to, and we had to get the kids ready and all of that to meet my mom. She was watching them today, so it was a very hectic morning. But we are here, we're set up, and the show has actually already started. It's been going for about 40 minutes now. So yeah, everything is looking good. We had a pretty good day yesterday. We ended up getting somebody who reached out for a custom order on a full bling cup, which is really, really awesome. So counting that for sales of yesterday, we officially made the booth fee back, which is great. So today is just going to be all positive. So super duper exciting, and hopefully today is just as busy. It's already opened, and it's a little bit, not a little bit, it's quite a bit slower than what it was yesterday when it opened, but we'll see. Sunday usually is a little bit slower in the beginning, and then it picks up in the middle, and then it dies out at the end. So we'll see how today goes. But I don't think we finished our conversation yesterday about imposter syndrome and all of that. So I'll probably end up just chatting with you guys more about that later on, kind of afterwards when I give you the recap on everything. But we're kind of going in with some new strategies today and seeing how that goes. So yeah, I will show you guys the booth and what it kind of looks like now. It's still pretty much the same. I made some small minor tweaks, but everything else for the most part is the same. So let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so I've got to get out of my little corner back here with the tree. And so this is our little corner area, right? But gotta get out of this. Show you guys. Okay, so we've still got the scrunchies there and some of the cups here. We've kind of just reorganized these trays. I actually added, so I will link her channel down below, but I actually added these grab bags. They kind of added them late yesterday, but they did well. We sold a few of those, and there's just some like older inventory in them, things that I'm trying to get gone, and they're just super discounted, obviously. Still have our clothes rack, the A-frame, and then that's still the big display up there. So yeah. Okay, so I'm not usually one to bring a project with me to a market and work on it there. I usually like to talk to customers, say hi as they're walking by, walk around my booth, kind of move things around, all that fun stuff. But I decided to bring this cup today because yesterday I was having a lot of imposter syndrome, specifically related to my bling cups. I was getting lots of people coming by my booth and looking at the bling cups, asking about them, commenting on how beautiful they were and how, they looked super great and all that stuff, which is awesome. I loved that. But then they'd ask the price. And I'm going to be honest. They're pricey. I'm not going to lie. I know that. But it's for a reason. I put each individual jewel on one by one, as you can tell. I feel like a lot of times people think it's like a roll that I just kind of stick on the cup and then slap a giant price tag on it, but that's not the case. There's a reason for it. And sometimes I just feel like people don't recognize that, or they don't acknowledge that part of it going into the pricing. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, there was a lot of comments about that and a lot of reactions to my pricing, which after so many took a toll on me and really started to make me doubt myself and my worth in making these cups, because I was like, is it me? Am I charging too much? Like, should I not be charging this price? And honestly, if you look up other bling cup makers, I feel like I am either right on par or, slightly less expensive. Not by much, like not undercutting by any means, but it's what the value of these cups are because of the time that goes into it. So anyways, I ended up not selling any bling cups yesterday, and that was really hard. And I think it was hard because I came into this market really pushing the bling cups because I had sold, I think last year it was like 2 or 3 on Saturday. And so I kind of had this expectation that was going to be the same case this year. And when it wasn't, and it was just a bunch of compliments and then reactions to the pricing, that was kind of hard. That wasn't what I was expecting. So I think that played into my imposter syndrome related to the bling cups. So my plan was to hopefully spark some conversation with bringing this one so people could see the process and see how I did it, and could understand why the price was as it was because of all the time that goes into these. So yeah, I don't know if it helped. I did end up having a few conversations with some customers about it, but did not lead to any sales of the cups. So I ended up having a conversation with my mom about my feelings yesterday with imposter syndrome and the bling cups and the comments and the reactions and things like that. And she really helped kind of put me in a different perspective. So she was saying how I should be looking at the bling cups if I'm not trying to price them at a point where people are literally just going to buy them because it's just a price that you can't beat for a cup like this. That's totally fine. But then change my view and think of it more as like something just to draw them in, right? It's shiny, it's blingy, it's pretty. It draws them in, and then it gets them to come look at the other things that are in my booth. So that's kind of what my mindset was going into today. And that was part of the reason why I brought that cup with me. So not only to try to help with the sales of the bling cups, but to also just kind of spark conversation and get people over to my booth. Okay, so I just want to come on real quick and say, if you do vendor markets or craft shows, and especially if they're multi-day, would highly suggest moving things around and keeping things changed and different all the time. Not drastically, but like small things. So like, for example, today I had these little yesterday I had ornaments that are personalizable, and I had them hanging up on these wooden crates at my front table. Nobody really saw them. Nobody asked about them. I think maybe 2 or 3 people did. But today I moved them, took them down, and put them on the table laying flat so you walk by and you clearly can see it. And I've had 2 orders for them already. So keep moving things, make changes often. Alright, so we are checking in. It is about 1:30. We have a total of 13 sales. So far so good. And a lot of them have been personalized ornaments, which is really, really great. Like I said before, moving the ornaments was such a great idea. So I constantly am moving things throughout the day. And it's like small things, like I'll change up what cups are on display, where, where I have certain products laid out, I kind of just change those things here and there, and it's really worked out. So yeah. And the other thing that's been really popular is the grab bags. A lot of people are really intrigued by those, and so they've been getting, usually they get one large and one small at the same time, but occasionally people get one or the other. So those are also really popular, but it is still pretty busy. There's still quite a bit of foot traffic. I think we should still see quite a bit of foot traffic for a little bit now, and then closer towards the end of the day, it'll definitely die down. But so far so good. We're having a good day. Y'all, these cookies, this is, I'm pretty sure, like the fourth order that we've made for these cookies over the past 2 days. They're so good. I will show you what flavors I got in this one, but they're delicious. They're roasted. Okay, so I got this one, which is like a cheesecake caramel type of thing, and then the other one was like a pumpkin spice flavor. All right, that is it for the Christmas showcase this year. So we packed up everything, get ready to go. All right, y'all, so that is it for the 2023 San Antonio Christmas showcase. I had so much fun. I was so happy to be able to do this market and looking forward to do it again next year. I've already signed up and put down my deposit, so I will be joining the market again in 2024. But before we end this video, I wanted to come on and just kind of give some final thoughts and a recap on the whole weekend, and as well as finish our conversation on imposter syndrome. So, imposter syndrome. I felt a lot of it on Saturday, as I mentioned to you guys before, and it was something that I hadn't felt at least that intensely in a while. So I think there was a lot of things that played a factor into it, and I know I mentioned that it was mostly related to my bling cups and the pricing of the cups. So that was really, really difficult to constantly see reactions and constantly hear comments when I know why I have the pricing set the way that I do. Now, let me kind of start off with, I know I am fully aware of the pricing of my bling cups is not for everybody. It is not for everybody's budget. And that is okay. I have a multitude of items and other cups in my shop that are, more budget friendly. And that's okay. Not everybody has to buy all of my things, right? The right people will buy the right items from me. So I'm a big believer in that. But it was still difficult, even though I know why my pricing is the way that it is, to have comments and have reactions over and over and over again from shoppers. And, I'm genuinely curious on what people, when they see the bling cups, what people are expecting the price to be on one of these cups. I've never been told by somebody what they expected the price to be, and I've also never asked, right? But I'm genuinely curious on what people are expecting that price point to be. So the reason that I come up to my high price point that I'm at is because it takes a lot of time and there's a lot of materials that go into it. I put on each jewel one by one. They are handmade, one by one, placed on there, and it's just me that does them. I don't send them off anywhere. I don't have a machine that does it for me or anything like that. And it's definitely not a sticker sheet with the design already on it that I'm just rolling on the cup. I will actually show you. These are the size jewels that I use. Now, these are two of the sizes that I use. I use more than this, but just so you can kind of see the difference. This one is the size that I used on most of my cup, as much as I can at least. And then the other size is the smallest size that I use to go in and fill in all the little details. There's other sizes in between there, but just want to show you there's a difference on this. So this one is the smallest size that I use, which is a 2 millimeter. And then this one is the main size that I use, which is a 5 millimeter. So, like I said, I place all of those jewels by hand, one by one, and it takes a lot of time. For some designs like this one, it takes a tremendous amount of time. Like these cheetah print pieces took so much time. So as you can see, most of the cup is covered in the larger size. I try to get as much as I possibly can, and then even filling in the spaces here with as much as I can of the larger size. But I mean, you can see some of the details, especially in the black areas. You can see I outline it in the smallest ones, and this helps really get like a crisp, clear image on what I'm putting on. So like you can tell that there is a lot of work that goes into this. I mean, and for an entire cup like this to be fully encased, fully covered. I don't know why I'm trying to use big words. Fully covered in bling that are hand placed one by one, it takes time. So that is a huge factor in my pricing. You should always put your time into your pricing of your products if you're a vendor, because otherwise you're not actually paying yourself. So if you're not actually paying yourself, then why are you in a business, right? You're in a business to make money. That is the whole point of a business. Unless you're a nonprofit, that's different, obviously. But a general business, that's the whole point. So you have to factor in your time. And for those cups, they take a lot of it. So that takes a big toll into the price point of them. I know that was kind of a big rant for just a second on, the pricing and where I get to that pricing from, but I constantly am getting so many comments about the pricing because of the high price point that it is. And I am aware of that, like I said, but it's for a reason. And obviously, at a market, at a show, I'm not going to sit there and explain all of those details. I kind of sum it up in just saying, each jewel is placed by hand, one by one, and it takes approximately anywhere from 2 to 3, sometimes 4 weeks to make a cup. So that's kind of my quick synopsis when I'm at a show. But for here with you guys, which if you guys also own small businesses as well, and especially if you are makers, then you understand what the value of your time going into something is. So that's why I'm ranting to you guys. But yeah, anyways, so I was feeling a lot of imposter syndrome related to that. Like I said, I got a lot of reactions. I got a lot of comments, and even if they weren't directly talking to me, I could see their reactions. I could kind of overhear some of their comments, even from across the booth. So that was difficult. I did get a few people that came over and who are makers, and they were like, you know what, I totally understand your pricing. That is completely fair because I know what goes into making these. I've tried making them, yada, yada, yada. And like all the positivity, right? And I love that and I appreciate that. And that's definitely really helpful. But when most of the reactions and things that you're seeing and hearing are negative, it's difficult to be grounded and be secure and confident in your pricing on things. So that's kind of where I was at with that. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. My mom came to the market later on, I think, yeah, she came later on Saturday. And I kind of talked to her about it, and she helped me change my perspective a little bit. And so going into Sunday, I had a little bit of a different mindset when it came to specifically the bling cups. I used them more as a eye catcher, like a hook to bring people in, if you will, and just kind of draw them to my booth. Obviously, they're shiny, they're blingy. I had them on spinners and I had lights on them, so they're gonna catch people's attention, right? And so I kind of used them as that, and that really, really helped. So going into the market, I had a different expectation and a different perspective on my bling cups. And by that, I mean that I honestly, I thought that I was going to sell bling cups. I pushed really, really hard to finish making a couple of those cups that I had taken with me, so that way I could have them at Showcase, because I was very certain that I was going to sell them there. And that mindset came from last year doing Showcase. I had sold, I think, 2 or 3 bling cups at Showcase, and then I even got a custom order after the fact. And so having sold all those bling cups last year, and I sold them on Saturday too, so I think that also played a factor into why I was really feeling it on Saturday. But selling those last year, and then at the last market that I did, which was Bloom, I sold a bling cup that I totally wasn't expecting to sell. And so I came into Showcase thinking for sure I'm going to sell bling cups and it's going to be great. And so when that didn't happen, it was kind of a bummer, you know. It was not what I was hoping for. So I think that played into it. And then I think one of the other things that played into it was I hadn't been doing markets, as you guys know, for a while. So I've only done the one prior to this one, which was the Bloom market, and that was it. Last year, I done multiple markets leading up to Showcase. And so I kind of built up this thick skin and this confidence in my products and in my pricing last year. So I was able to confidently and, you know, be proud of my pricing and my product and the work that went into it and all of that stuff. This year was a little bit different because I didn't have all those practice runs, if you will, to kind of build up that thick skin for the inevitable comments. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't go to shows and not expect to have some kind of reaction from somebody or some kind of comment from somebody about the pricing of these cups, because I know that they are very expensive. I know that they are not for everybody's budget, and that is okay. You know, when people purchase these cups, I am so grateful, because it is a huge purchase. It's not just a simple impulse buy, you know, something that's really easy like a scrunchie or a keychain. Like, that's very minimal compared to one of these cups. And so when people purchase them, I am so grateful, because I am aware of what level of purchase they're making with me. So yeah, I had built up last year a nice thick skin and a nice confidence when it came to my products and my pricing, just across the board and everything that I offered. And then this year I have made a lot of changes to my booth. I've made a lot of changes to my product, and I haven't done markets in a while, so I've kind of lost some of that confidence from that, and it was just hard. But going into Sunday, like I said, I changed my perspective and it really helped out. And it really kind of made me see that it's okay that I didn't sell them, and that, I could use them as something else. I could have it as another tool for me to use to help bring people in to sell more of my other items. So that was that. I'm hoping that as I continue to do markets, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break. I have one more market left, but then I plan on taking a little bit of a break so that way I can kind of breathe and rest and recoup, and clean up my craft room. There will be a craft room cleaning video coming soon, so be sure to subscribe so that way you won't miss that video, because let me tell you, this room is a mess. But yeah, so maybe as I do more markets, my confidence and my thick skin will kind of build back up on that. But yeah, I think that also played a factor into why I was feeling the imposter syndrome that I was. Now, as far as the rest of the market and just kind of my thoughts and feelings on the rest of it, Bling Cups aside, just as a whole, it was a great market. I absolutely enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I got to meet vendors that I have been following on social medias, and yeah, I already signed up for next year. I already put down my deposit for next year, so I'm super duper excited about that. And it honestly was a successful market. I did not end up making my sales goal that I was wanting to make, but I still made more than my booth fee, which is always a goal of mine. And I had a lot of fun while I was doing it. And I learned a lot too along the way. So yeah, my most sold item, funny enough, was my grab bags. People were loving them. They love to get one of each size. And then some people even came back for more. So I am so glad that I did that. I will be sure to link the channel for the person that I got the idea from, which was Brenna M & Co. And yeah, it was just such a great idea and it worked out really well in my favor. So I had two sizes. I had a small and a large, and in the small bag it was $5 and I had a single glassware item in there. And then in the $10 one, which is my large size, I had a shirt and a glassware item in there. So it was really awesome and people were loving it. My second most sold item was my personalized Santa hat ornaments, which is funny that is my second most sold item, because I did not really sell any of them on Saturday. I sold all of them on Sunday, and it was just because I made one small move. So I know I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I tend to move things around quite frequently throughout the market. And this was one of those things that I happened to move that morning when we got there on Sunday, and it worked out wonderfully. So would recommend to constantly keep things moving, constantly kind of rearranging things in your booth. Now I'm not talking your full booth setup. I'm not talking about specific displays, moving whole displays or anything like that. I'm talking about small things, like if you have a key feature item that you're wanting to showcase, but you have it in multiple designs, maybe switch out the designs. Or if you have a couple of popular items, switch out the popular items and put them in different places so that way people can kind of see. Especially at a market like Showcase, people are constantly walking by past your booth multiple times. They're not just walking by once and then leaving. So when they walk by and see something different, it might catch their eye again the second or third time that they walked by. So for me, in this case, the rearranging and the moving of the ornaments was great. They were originally hanging up on the wooden crates that I had at the front, and I just took them down because I don't think people were seeing them. So I took them down and just laid them on the table, and instantly I was getting more sales from that. So that was really helpful. No, that's not going to always be the case, and I know that because it has not always been the case, but for this time it was awesome, and so I would definitely recommend to at least try it. But otherwise, we had a really great market. I enjoyed it, like I said, and I am so glad that I was able to do this market again. It was something that I had been wanting to do, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, because having the twins, I knew that they would be born obviously by then, and I wasn't sure what my life situation was going to be looking like with 3 little bitties, but we were able to make it happen, and I'm so glad that we did. All right, so I think that's it. If you enjoyed this video, if you found any of it helpful in any way, be sure to like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out so much. And be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. That way when I upload any future videos, you will be notified that I have done so. Also, if you do not mind, share this video on your social medias, or share this video with a friend or another small business owner who you think might enjoy this video as well. All right, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all later. Bye.